faithful people, it's Christelle by Betsy and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and we'll get on to the video. Today's topic is womanhood, and the scripture we'll be reading is from Proverbs 31 verse 10. It says, "Who can find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies." Okay, short and sweet, straight to the point. Some versions don't have a question and it just says, "It is hard to find a virtuous wife." But this version, which is the New Living Translation, it says, "Who can find a virtuous and capable wife?" You can't find something unless it is there for you to find. So once you heard Proverbs 31, you're probably like, "Oh, the virtuous woman, that girl." You know, everybody knows about this woman, but do we know that she wasn't just born that way? Do we know that she didn't just wake up one day completely strengthened and liberated and wise and all those great things that we aim to be? She had to work on those things, believe that God wanted them for her too. So today, as we talk about womanhood and discuss the importance of our worth, we'll also be discussing the importance of prayer in our journeys. We should know who we are, and the word tells us that we are more precious than rubies. Rubies are not only pretty and beautiful to look at, but they carry with them worth. If you have a precious ruby, you know no matter how long you have it, how many generations it's going to be passed down, it's still going to be worth so much. But it's not going to happen overnight. It's not something that you pray about one time and wake up in the morning and boom, all these pieces are put together and you're just like Superwoman walking. No, you have to make an effort to become this woman. But the first thing is knowing that you want to be this woman. Some people read this Proverbs 31 and just like, oh, another part of the Bible that I'm just gonna ignore, like another part that's too hard to work, too hard to get to. No. We're not skipping out on this. Not when there are promises here, promises of strength and dignity, promises of joy, real joy and capability, promises of prosperity, not just for you, but your husband and your whole family, your children. There's promises of even praise, not just from your husband, but from God. So yeah, I don't want to miss out on this. And if you know somebody that doesn't want to miss out on this, just send them the link to this video so they can get some inspiration. When it comes to rubies, when I think of rubies, I don't really, know about jewels and stones and stuff. All I know is that they're amazingly beautiful. Everybody wants one of them, and once you wear them, you feel like, oh, so much prettier. Except we are not going to be wearing the rubies. We are the rubies. So our worth is not in what we wear and what we put on and how we look, but in who we are. It doesn't matter what I put on, whether I put on some pearls or I put on some diamonds. I am the ruby. I am the precious jewel. So those things are not going to make me look prettier. I'm making those things look prettier. That's what the word tells us about ourselves as women, these women who believe in what God has for us, so we obtain them. If you don't make a conscious effort to become this woman or aim for this woman or make this woman your goal, what happens is you just kind of become somebody. If you don't know who you want to become, you're going to still be alive and living and being somebody, but who will you be? Will you be happy with the person you become? But when you aim to be this woman, you can kind of check yourself along the way. Like, is this something that this virtuous woman would do? Is this something she would engage in, something that she will find worthwhile? Someone who knows her worth is not in what she wears and what she put on and how she looks. Is this something that she would say or do? Use this chapter, Proverbs 31, as like a guideline to check yourself. This is what God calls us to be. This is how he wants us to be, how he wants us to carry ourselves. Now the question is, do you want it too? And if you don't, check your spirit. This is the truth. The fact that we're not just regular people walking, and our values are not face front, they're not physical only, but they lie in our understanding of the word, meditation of the word, and our knowledge of God. Somebody is not just wise because they know a lot of things. They're wise because they carry it with them, not just in their mind, and they can recite it for you, but in the way they walk. So there are some people who can put on this outfit and be this virtuous woman from the outside, from far, on Instagram maybe. And then you get to know this person, or you just talk to them. And you realize that no, this one might be a fraud. This might not be the real thing. This might not have as much value as a real ruby would have. So just because someone pretends to be doesn't make them any better than you. Keep in prayer, and don't even try to compare yourself to somebody else, especially not on social media. Especially not on social media. No. But if you feel that you want to compare yourself to this girl, this virtuous woman. She is praised by God. She makes God happy. You know what you got to do to make God happy? God don't need to be happy. He's God. Like, he's God. But there are certain things that you can do to make him happy. Just imagine. And being this woman, becoming her, working towards becoming her, wanting to be like her, is going to make God so happy. So, I don't know if you want it. Now, when we think about a precious jewel, it's usually like put on display a little bit, like, you know, becomes a spectacle in a way that people want to get a closer look and just see if it's the real thing. Like, you become this sight for sore eyes when you're a real ruby. But don't let that get to your head. It's going to happen. Like, I've gotten in this conversation with so many young, faithful women. It's like you become like this kind of unicorn. Everybody's trying to figure out where you came from and who raised you and how you became like this. And they're trying to get a closer look at you. Don't let it get to your head. You don't have to be a spectacle for everybody. All you need is one man, because you'll need one husband. You are going to be a ruby no matter what you do, as long as you trust in the word of God. So if you just be yourself, you will catch the eye of that one person. And you don't need to do too much to add on to. You don't need, clout or none of that. Because the word of God says that you are wearing strength. You are wearing dignity. It's not something that somebody let you borrow. You own that. That's yours. Let it plant a seed inside of you. Let it bear fruits. Because these are truths. These are promises. These are real. You take care of the possible. Let God take care of the impossible. In the meantime, you take care of the possible, which is prayer. Prayer is always possible. Fasting is always possible. Reading your word, letting it manifest through meditation, yes, is always possible. The truth is that we should be encouraging each other to be better versions of this. The word is not, what is it? Someone said it to me and I just can't forget it. The word is not a resume of what God can do. It's not like I've done this and so I can do it again. No, that's not all. Yeah, we know that. But that's not all. This is just to prove that he's so great. Like, he's limitless. The word is not all. How can you put all of his greatness into a book? The word is not all. This chapter about this virtuous woman, this is not all. There's more. But until you get through this, how can you figure out the more? Make this your guideline. Make this your goals. If you have any questions or concerns, if you want to learn more, if you want me to go in detail about anything that we talked about, if I skipped anything, comment it below. I want to hear from you. I hope this video inspired you to be the best woman that you can be. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching and stay blessed.